Hello dear viewers, welcome to ERi-TV English news broadcast for this hour. I'm your reporter Barsabet Takhla, and coming up are the major headlines for today. National Secondary School Living Examination results announced. Vocational training organized to use in Teseni subzone. China says there is no military solution to Ukraine crisis. And a U.S. nuclear-armed missile submarine visited South Korea. On your local reports, the National School Living Examination results for the current academic year have been announced. According to Dr. Bisrat Gabru, Director of Standards and Evaluation at the National Higher Education and Research Institute, out of the 14,320 students, 4,664 or 32.6% have scored results for degree and diploma programs. Accordingly, 3,174 or 22.2% students have scored a result for a degree program, while 1,490 students or 10.4% for a diploma program. The National School Living Examination was carried out from 13 to 18 March across the country, as well as at the international schools of Eritrean communities in Riyadh and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Teseni subzone organized vocational training for 127 youths, including 95 females in the subzone. Mr. Meles Gebrai, head of the union branch in the subzone, said that the vocational training included first aid, photography and painting, and was part of the effort to develop the overall capacity of the youth. Mr. Meles also commended the government and PFDJ institutions that contributed to the successful implementation of the program. Commending the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch for providing the training opportunity, the trainees expressed their conviction to develop their capacity through practice and improve their livelihoods. Mr. Siyum Gabriyesus, administrator of the Teseni subzone, on his part called on the trainees to practically develop their capacity alongside their regular education. On your last local report, praiseworthy water and soil conservation campaign has been carried out in Ad-Ayeh subzone. During the 6-month-long popular campaign carried out at 9 administrative areas in the subzone, 322 hectares of terraces and 113.54 hectares of water diversion schemes have been constructed, as well as preparation of holes for planting tree seedlings. In the same vein, at the 9 administrative areas in the eastern escarpment, activities including renovation of roads, construction of terraces, water diversion schemes, as well as preparation of holes for planting tree seedlings have been conducted. The administrators of the administration areas, commending the strong participation the residents demonstrated during the popular campaigns, called for reinforced participation for a better outcome. Dear viewers, do stay with us for your international reports after the short break. Welcome back. The conflict has grown increasingly unpredictable since fighting erupted last year. Beijing has warned only a political settlement can resolve the conflict in Ukraine. China's deputy UN envoy has said, urging the international community to seek a peaceful end to the crisis after Beijing advanced its own plan to halt the fighting. Speaking at an open meeting on Ukraine at the United Nations Security Council on Monday, Beijing's Deputy Permanent UN Representative Zhang Shuang proposed a 4-point framework for future peace efforts, saying the global body should work together to prevent the situation from getting out of control. The Chinese framework calls for talks between Moscow and Kyiv, limiting the potential spillover effects of the crisis, addressing humanitarian issues, and guaranteeing nuclear safety and security. The deputy UN envoy went on to argue that any solution to the conflict must uphold a common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security concept. Though he did not cite the NATO alliance by name, the official said the Ukraine crisis erupted last year thanks to, quote-unquote, expanding military blocs, which can only bring turmoil and unrest to Europe and the entire world. On today's final report, for the first time since 1980s, a U.S. nuclear-armed ballistic missile submarine visited South Korea today, July 18, a White House official confirmed, as the allies launched talks to coordinate their responses in the event of a nuclear war with North Korea. White House Indo-Pacific Coordinator Kurt Campbell confirmed the rare visit during a briefing in Seoul, where he was attending the first nuclear consultative group discussions with South Korean officials. The submarine's visit has been expected after it was announced in a joint declaration during a summit between South Korean President Yoon Suk and U.S. President Joe Biden in Washington in April. South Korea's defense ministry later confirmed the submarine's arrival and identified it as the USS Kentucky, an Ohio-class SSBN. US SSBNs rely on stealth to ensure their survival and preserve their ability to launch nuclear missiles during a war, and they rarely make a public stop in foreign ports. Dear viewers, you're still watching us on ERi-TV, and now a quick recap of the major headlines. National Secondary School Leaving Examination results announced. Vocational training organized to use in Teseni subzone. China says there is no military solution to Ukraine crisis. And a U.S. nuclear-armed missile submarine visited South Korea. Dear viewers, thanks for watching and have a good one.